Storsundset Bridge. Located along Norway's Atlantic Ocean Road, this bridge has earned the nickname the Bridge to Nowhere because of a visual illusion that makes it appear to end abruptly in midair. When drivers approach from a specific angle, the curved design creates the impression that the road simply drops off into the ocean. The bridge spans a gap between small islands and rises sharply before curving downward, but the angle of the curve is hidden from certain viewpoints. This effect is so dramatic that first-time drivers often slow down instinctively, expecting the road to disappear. Built in 1989, the structure had to withstand extreme weather conditions including hurricanes and powerful North Atlantic storms. During construction, workers faced 12 hurricanes, one of which destroyed part of the roadwork. Despite its unsettling appearance, the bridge is perfectly safe and has become one of Norway's most photographed landmarks. The architectural choice was intentional, designed to enhance the scenic experience and make the journey itself part of the destination. The Moses Bridge. Nestled in the Netherlands, this bridge does the opposite of what most bridges do. Instead of rising above water, it cuts directly through it. The structure sits within the waters of a moat surrounding Fort de Rouvre, a 17th-century fortress. When architects were asked to create access to the fort, they decided to build a sunken walkway made entirely of waterproofed wood. The bridge sits just below the waterline, with walls on either side that hold back the moat. From above, walkers appear to be parting the water as they cross, which is how the bridge earned its biblical name. The wood is treated akoya, a material that resists rot even when constantly exposed to moisture. The design blends invisibly into the landscape when viewed from a distance, preserving the historical appearance of the fort. It opened in 2011 and requires regular maintenance to prevent algae buildup, but the effect remains as striking as ever. Walking through it feels like stepping into the water itself without getting wet. The Langkawi Sky Bridge. Suspended high above the Malaysian rainforest, this curved pedestrian bridge seems to float in the sky. It stretches 125 meters across a deep gorge and hangs from a single pylon using 8 steel cables. The deck is made of steel framework and glass panels, meaning anyone crossing can look straight down through the floor to the jungle canopy hundreds of meters below. The bridge is not straight but curves in a gentle arc, which adds to the sensation of walking on air. Reaching it requires a cable car ride up Gunung Mat Singkang, one of the oldest mountains in Southeast Asia. Once at the top, visitors cross platforms and stairs before stepping onto the bridge itself. The structure sways slightly in the wind, which is normal but unnerving for those afraid of heights. It was closed for several years due to maintenance issues but reopened in 2015 after upgrades. The views stretch across the Andaman Sea and surrounding islands, making it one of the most scenic and vertigo-inducing walkways in the world. The Rolling Bridge. Found in London's Paddington Basin, this bridge does not swing or lift. Instead, it curls up into a tight octagonal shape. Designed by British designer Thomas Heatherwick, the rolling bridge serves as a pedestrian crossing over a narrow canal. When not in use, hydraulic pistons built into the handrails cause the bridge to slowly fold in on itself until it forms a compact ball on one side of the water. The entire process takes about 2 minutes and happens every Friday at noon. The structure is made of 8 triangular sections connected by hinges, and the movement is precise and smooth. It was completed in 2004 and remains one of the most unusual examples of kinetic architecture. The bridge is small, only about 12 meters long, but its transformation attracts crowds whenever it operates. It proves that bridges do not have to be static and can adapt to their surroundings in creative ways. The Gateshead Millennium Bridge. Spanning the River Tyne in northeast England, this bridge tilts rather than lifts. It consists of 2 arches, one forming the walkway and the other supporting it with cables. When a boat needs to pass beneath, both arches rotate together around pivot points on either side of the river. As they tilt, the entire structure rises like a giant blinking eye, which is why locals call it the Blinking Eye Bridge. The movement is powered by hydraulic rams and takes about 4 minutes to complete. The bridge was opened in 2001 and was the first tilting bridge of its kind in the world. It connects pedestrians and cyclists between Gateshead and Newcastle and has become an iconic part of the city's skyline. At night, the arches are illuminated with colored lights that reflect off the water. The engineering behind the tilt mechanism is complex, requiring synchronization between both sides to avoid twisting or damaging the structure. The Pont du Gard. Built by the Romans nearly 2,000 years ago, this ancient aqueduct bridge in southern France still stands as a marvel of engineering. It rises almost 50 meters above the Gardon River and consists of 3 tiers of arches stacked on top of each other. The stones were cut so precisely that they fit together without mortar, relying only on their weight and shape to hold the structure in place. The top tier carried water across the valley as part of a 50-kilometer aqueduct supplying the city of Nîmes. What makes it strange by modern standards is that it was built entirely without modern tools, cranes, or machines. Workers used wooden scaffolding, pulleys, and sheer human effort to position blocks weighing up to 6 tons. Some stones still bear inscriptions left by the construction teams. The bridge survived floods, wars, and centuries of weathering. Today, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and remains one of the best preserved Roman structures in existence. The Slauerhoffbrug. Located in the Dutch city of Leeuwarden, this bridge moves in a way most people have never seen. Instead of lifting vertically or swinging sideways, the entire deck is attached to a massive mechanical arm that swings it upward and to the side like a giant lever. The movement resembles a tail lifting, which is why it is sometimes called a tail bridge. When a boat approaches, the deck rapidly swings up and out of the way in less than a minute. The design was necessary because the canal is narrow and there was not enough space for a traditional drawbridge or bascule system. The bridge was completed in 2000 and named after a Dutch poet. It operates automatically using sensors that detect approaching boats. Watching it move is disorienting because the motion is so different from typical bridges. It remains one of only a few bridges in the world that use this particular lifting mechanism. The Raketsbrug. Hidden in a park in eastern Germany, this stone bridge forms a perfect circle with its reflection in the water below. Known as the Devil's Bridge, it was built in the 19th century specifically to create this optical illusion. The arch is so precise that on calm days, the bridge and its mirror image form a complete ring. The structure is made of basalt columns and rocks arranged in a way that defies conventional engineering. Walking across it is not recommended because the stones are old and uneven, and the entire bridge is considered a fragile monument. Local legend claims the bridge was so difficult to build that only the devil could have helped complete it. The surrounding park includes other Gothic features like artificial grottos and stone formations meant to evoke mystery and wonder. Photographers travel from around the world to capture the symmetry, especially during autumn when the foliage adds color to the scene. The bridge serves no practical purpose today but remains a piece of artistic landscaping frozen in time. The Capilano Suspension Bridge. Stretching 137 meters across a deep canyon in British Columbia, Canada, this wobbly pedestrian bridge hangs 70 meters above the Capilano River. The original version was built in 1889 using hemp rope and cedar planks by a Scottish civil engineer who wanted a shortcut across the gorge. Over the years, it has been rebuilt and reinforced with steel cables, but the swaying motion remains. Walking across feels unstable, especially when multiple people are on it at once or when the wind picks up. The bridge is surrounded by towering Douglas fir trees that add to the sense of height and isolation. It has become one of the most visited attractions in Vancouver, drawing over 1 million visitors each year. Additional walkways and platforms have been added around the site, including a cliff walk that clings to the granite canyon walls. Despite feeling precarious, the bridge is inspected regularly and considered structurally sound. It offers an adrenaline rush without the need for extreme sports. The Casa Dum-style Chand Bowery Stepwell Bridge. While not a traditional bridge, the stepwell at Chand Bowery in India functions as both a water reservoir and a multi-level walkway system. Built over 1,000 years ago, the structure descends 13 stories into the earth with 3,500 narrow steps arranged in perfect geometric symmetry. Stone pathways crisscross the interior, allowing people to walk across the well at different levels depending on the water height. During the dry season, villagers would descend deep into the well to reach the water, effectively crossing a vertical space rather than a horizontal one. The sides of the well are lined with small temples and resting pavilions. The precision and scale of the construction remain impressive even by modern standards. It served not only as a water source but also as a cool refuge during the intense heat of Rajasthan. The design inspired fictional depictions of underground cities and has appeared in films and literature. Though it is not a bridge in the traditional sense, its layered pathways create a kind of three-dimensional crossing system unique to ancient India.